another one, yeah. It's a first one, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to iBoxingHub. I go by the name of BNG. Shortly, we'll be featuring yours truly, Trey. Just a quick catch up regarding yesterday's fight. Hello, how's it going? You all right?
All good, cuz. Apologies for the delay, but yeah, we're good to go. Good to go.
Yeah. Just remember to hit the like button and remember to subscribe and to share. And yeah, back to what I was saying. Yesterday's event. What's your thoughts?
Cuz yesterday's event was a tremendous one. In my opinion, there's a lot to sort of crack into it, but the AJ in the end, got the job done, and I think it was a progressive performance. He got the victory he needed. He got the knockout he needed. I believe that's the first one in 5 years. I believe is that 5 years.
Didn't he knock out Pulev? Or was it TKO? I'm sure he knocked out Pulev.
Yeah, possibly. But look, it was a.
The last knockout before that was Povetkin. That was 2018. Yes, at Wembley.
Wow, it's crazy. But at the end of the day, look, Derek James and AJ, they can be obviously happy with the performance. I'm sure he wanted to also get the rounds in, against a good enough opponent. Helenius, massive shout out to him because look, took the fight up at last minute, and he put on a good enough performance for AJ to sort of have a good think. But cause look, AJ's your boy. I'm really interested to see what he could do. Tony Ellis, obviously, big up to Tony Ellis. Tony Ellis is obviously saying that AJ said he wants 2 more fights this year. So, cuz, look.
Yeah, I think it was, look, it's not the performance that we wanted. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, what we need to understand, remember, he was training for Dylan, for a style like Dylan. Fortunately, he didn't fight Dylan. Helenius was like, what? A last-minute replacement. You got to think about it. Like, regardless if you're a professional, but it's still different, Helenius, last-minute replacement, he had to figure him out. It's like, look, how he fought Helenius is not how he would have fought Dylan. And it definitely ain't how he's going to fight Wilder or Fury. Let's just be real. Now, Helenius, yes, he should have finished him off, like I said, between round 3 and 5. But hey, he got that knockout. That knockout, literally, that if he banged anyone with that, if he landed that shot of anyone, the likes of Fury or Wilder, they'll go down. They might not stay down, but they'll go down. It connected. So I get it when the crowd say, oh, AJ this, AJ that, but come on, man. Like, it takes, what, 3 to 5 fights for you to sink in with your coach? Yeah, and the last one was Pulev, yeah. Pulev, that was during lockdown at Wembley Arena.
Yeah,
that's
look.
the point. Last change, it's hard for anyone. I mean, look. Remember when he beat Klitschko, right? He was supposed to fight Pulev, but Pulev had an injury. Then he fought Takam. Last minute change. Do you know what I mean? Again, he was supposed to fight. He trained for Jarrell Baby Miller. Last minute change. Who did he get? Andy Ruiz. So in a way, like, look, it's boxing. It happens, but look. If he went to distance with Robert Helenius, then we'll probably be like, ooh. Do you know what I mean? We'll be like, we ain't too sure. But, dude, he got the knockout. He got the knockout. Round 7. I wish it was earlier. But, okay, let's just say if he got that knockout round 1 and he beat Wilder's time, what would you say then? Oh, well, it's Robert Helenius, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So sometimes we've got to give credit where credit is due. But, I'm kind of liking this AJ because now he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. But the Wilder fight has to happen next. There's no point delaying it, because at the end of the day, like, look, Wilder's like what, 38 now, AJ's 33, going to be 34, and like this fight has to happen now, because nobody knows what the future will bring. Like, injury might come, do you know what I mean? So nobody knows. So there's no point, and just make it happen next in January or December. It'd be nice in December, but if it's January, then let it be.
100% agree with you, cuz. And look, big up FK Breeze. He obviously just mentioned, you know, how you guys doing, and he also obviously mentioned about the last knockout being Pulev. Cuz look, I definitely agree with you. And also Tony Ellis was saying, look, taking a fight last minute with a new opponent, it's always tough. Last minute changes are hard for everyone. I definitely agree. You know, for those that were, you know, hypercritical of AJ's performance, you know, they definitely have to sort of put these considerations into, you know, formality, really. And look, big up FK Breeze. He's obviously saying, I still feel like he's gun shy. He got Helenius with the right hand and didn't follow through, hence why the fans started booing. Look, FK Breeze here makes a very, very valid point. Cuz it's one of those things where, yes, we didn't get the White fight, but look, he still got a, you know, decent opponent last minute. Helenius saved the show, and look, credit to both fighters. Helenius was game. You could tell from sort of the first few rounds that he learned a lot from the Wilder fight. So for those that are saying, oh, but you know, you should have done it a bit earlier. Look, Helenius himself probably said in his mind, look, I'm not getting beaten in this first round. So I think once it hit the third or fourth rounds, I believe, you see him sort of celebrating in a sense in his mind, like, yep, look, I'm still here, I'm still in the battle. So I think regardless, he was going to make it a very difficult occasion for Joshua. I think at one point Joshua was in his corner, was like, look, I'm not landing the right hand sort of thing. So it that does sort of make you think that Helenius is a, you know, a hard last minute opponent for anyone in the heavyweight division. And I think he would have done the same in terms of how awkward he was. He's very tall, but he was quite awkward to fight. You know, AJ couldn't land that right hand straight away. He had to, you know, get that belief within himself. I do agree with FK Breeze. Not gun. I wouldn't say gun shy. For me, not gun shy. I would say that there is sort of a barrier, maybe a confidence thing, where, you know, do you think no, I'll ask you, cuz, do you think the Andy, look, Helenius is 6'9" as well. Look, do you think the Andy Ruiz loss, do you think that still plays in his mind in fight?
I wouldn't say it play. I think he's more cautious now, because remember, back in the days, you know, he used to go in for the trade, but there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying, like the people he should trade with, all due respect, there, some of them were journeymen. So I mean, level above now, you've got the likes of Andy Ruiz, who's got fast hands, etc. So he, again, because he was a last minute replacement, he probably didn't study Andy Ruiz that much. Do you know what I mean? And boxing, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and it's sweet science where you're not supposed to get, well, you're supposed to get hit, but not get hit as much. You know what I'm saying? So he has to be careful, because any shot can land and then you're on the floor. So, but again, I think Helenius was a bit awkward, but even when he went in his corner and said, look, I can't find the right hand, his coach said, find it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that motivation and that self-belief, it just came. It just came. Do you know what I mean? So it's, look, regardless what AJ does, yeah, even if he knocked him out earlier, it would have still been like, you know, because for me, I've said it this way. I've said, look, he's a former 2 times heavyweight champion of the world yet. He's had the warm-ups now. That he doesn't need anymore. He needs to be in with the likes of the Wilder and the Fury. It has to happen. Do you know what I mean? You know, there's no point, because one of my fear is that, well, not me per se, for him, is that he can fight a top 20 or top 15, whatever, who we don't know about, and they could be dangerous. Do you know what I mean? And then what? AJ was supposed to fight Wilder back in 2018. Remember when Wilder knocked out what's his name, Dominique Brazil?
Yeah.
The following week, AJ fought Andy Ruiz. He wanted to do the same. He wanted to make a statement in America. That was his first ever fight in America, right? Obviously, he lost. So now he's kind of cautious, you know. But I strongly believe it will be silly if they don't make it the next fight. Because Malik Scott said already, like, they want AJ. They said Andrew Ruiz, he's not interested. Andrew Ruiz is demanding so much money. But why is he demanding so much money if he ain't got no belts?
It's true.
You know, he ain't got no belts. And I think not even that, it's just like when Wilder fought Robert Helenius, even though it's pay-per-view, but I don't think the number they done well. The numbers didn't do too well on buyers. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
Look, so big up Bukayo Saka as well. Always loving the energy, of course, and I'm sure he's in good spirits as well after the Arsenal win yesterday. So yeah, he's obviously saying that the first Ruiz fight ruined his punch resistance, either because he was KO'd hard in training or because he wasn't pulled out of by his corner when he was concussed. Look, I think regardless, I think I gave the analogy of, you know, someone, you know, getting into their first car accident, for example, whilst they're driving, let's say. The next time they go on the road, they're obviously going to be more, you know, cautious and, you know, be more aware. I just think AJ now is going to be, you know, more aware, and he has been more aware, and he's boxing smart, and he's not going to be, like you said, as he goes up the levels, he's not going to be trading in with certain guys because he knows if he gets clipped, he gets clipped. It could happen to any fighter, especially in the heavyweight division. So, look, big up FK Breeze as well. He's obviously saying that I'm correct. You could see from round one of AJ, tried to catch him early by allowing Helenius to, to follow him up like the Wilder fight. Look, I agree. Look, I think that a lot of people need to stop this sort of comparison in, you know, the Wilder and Helenius, and each fight is different. I think a lot of people, you know, was doing this for, you know, Crawford and Spence. They were sort of comparing their opponents they fought, but for argument's sake, they fought, or Crawford fought, you know, Porter and sort of Kell Brook in the sort of the end of their careers, whereas, you know, it's all different scenarios and styles makes fights as well. Big up the Al Heyman of iBoxingHub as well. He's obviously saying you can see that the Ruiz loss has put a doubt in his mind. He hasn't been the same fighter since. The Joshua that beat Klitschko beats Usyk, in his opinion. Look, cuz I'm going to throw that over to yourself. So
do you know what?
AJ of old that beat Klitschko beats Usyk?
Yeah, he was hungry. He was hungry. I mean, look, let's be real. He's not obviously he's a professional boxer, but he's a brawler. Do you know what I mean? And he was hungry when he fought Klitschko. I think one of the issues that I think what's happened is that he's a boxer and he's a businessman. So it's just like he does too much commercial. Nothing wrong with that, yeah, but I think he should just focus on his boxing. He needs to be more active. Like he said himself, he needs to be more active because look, when he was champion, was he fighting like what? Was it once a year?
Yeah, but
Once a year?
That's the common trend, man.
I know, but it shouldn't be that because you need to be active. You need to, you know, as a boxer, you need to be active. You need to be ready. Like, look at Helenius. He was ready. Do you know what I mean? So you need to be ready because if it was anybody else that he fought, let's just say he fought a Baby Miller and he beat Baby Miller. Baby Miller's excuse will be like, "Oh, I wasn't ready. I didn't train. This last minute camp." Do you know what I mean? But the old I mean, look, would we get the old AJ? I believe. Could be wrong, but I believe fighting Wilder, we might get the old AJ because Malik Scott saying Wilder knocks out AJ between round 1 and 4. So if he doesn't knock out AJ between round 1 and 4, I think they're going in the deep end. I think AJ is going to bring something. Now, on paper, I said it already. On paper, Wilder's the man to KO AJ. But something tells me, yeah, we're gonna see something different. I don't know what it is. Like, I think they're gonna both dig deep because look, they've both got L's, but them two, it's gonna be a big fight. It's gonna be bigger than AJ and Fury. This is worldwide. I mean, look, boxing in America, it's not really big. Obviously, it's big, yeah, but the biggest sport in America is what? Basketball, NFL, baseball. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this AJ commercial, big superstar, Beast Wilder, it's going to be huge. They're going to be promoting it in America, in the UK, and obviously in Saudi. Unfortunately, it's sad that it's happening in Saudi because obviously they're the one who pumped in the money. But do you know what I mean? So that fight, someone has to go out in their shields. That's how I see it. Someone has to go out in their shields. I can't. If that fight goes to distance and it's boring, the fan will be upset. Let's be real.
Yeah. No, of course.
And I think, you know what?
Yeah.
Just to answer FK Breeze's question, I think he's ready. I just think I think AJ, he doesn't like talking too much because I think in the past he said a lot of things and it's never happened. So he just leaves Eddie to do it. He's a promoter. I think he's ready. I think he's got a game plan, but we'll wait and see. It's just like, look at it, a bit weird, yeah, weird analogy, yeah, but look at when remember when
Tony Ellis knows because Rumble
in the jungle
in Saudi Arabia.
I wonder what the event will be called.
It's a good question. What would you name it? Just putting your creative hat on now. You know that it's Saudi Arabia.
I don't know, something like a long time coming rivals or something. I don't know. The giants in the division. Do you know what I mean? It's something, I don't know, something simple, but it's something that will sell.
You know what? Yep. So look, Tony Ellis is obviously saying if it goes distance, AJ would therefore win. You know what? In terms of conditioning and fitness, you know what? It'll be interesting if, let's say, this fight it doesn't go Wilder's way. It goes into sort of the deep waters. It'll be interesting to see where both fighters are at right now in terms of their sort of conditioning at a high stakes battle, man. Because let's be honest, man, this is you know what? If I was gonna name this event, why not we just do it Battle of the Titans in Saudi Arabia? Why not? Because we've got two fighters, coming together for this big heavyweight clash, man. So, this is going to be massive.
My only concern, right, is not that it's an issue, but Wilder's been inactivity he hasn't been active for a while, and whereas AJ's been active, so I would say AJ may have some sort of advantage over Wilder, but again, Wilder's just wild. Do you know what I mean? He's just wild. But I can't see it going to points, man. It'll be boring. Not that it depends the nature of the fight. Do you know what I'm saying? If they're both knocking each other down, thinking, nah, I ain't giving up, like they're both bloody raw, bust up, whatnot. I don't know, but like I said, Malik Scott is confident in his guy, and Eddie Hearn is confident in his guy. AJ said he can't trade with Wilder. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he knows Wilder's a hitter. So he's gonna have to block that right hand. He's gonna have to come up with a different style. He has to move. He has to defend. He can't trade. He has to fight on the front foot where he has to put it on Wilder because Wilder apparently can't fight on the back foot. He has to do something that nobody's ever seen before. That's the only way. It's like, look, weird analogy, but do you remember when Derek Chisora fought Usyk? Dude, Usyk was running. Do you remember that? Usyk was running. But when Usyk fought AJ, he was there. Moving circles. So what I'm trying to say is just like, they say you're as good as your last fight, yeah, but I think as fans, we judge him on his last performance, but he's going to have to raise it up. He can't fight Wilder like that. He can't because it's going to be an easy victory for Wilder. And I believe, I could be wrong. So after Wilder and after Fury, I think that's it.
Yeah, look, even big up FK Breeze, man. Loving the energy, brother. He's obviously saying heavy bricks is money. Look, it's I'm just thinking in my head that when this fight, finally happens, I'm loving the energy. Winner of Choice and Zhang 2. This will be, yeah. You know what? To be honest, the way I'm thinking about it, and now sort of thinking about Herkovic's performance yesterday as well, we obviously have to, we definitely have to go into that because I think that eventually, if the Fury fight doesn't happen, after the Wilder fight, let's say, because I still think that regardless if AJ wins or loses, I think that Fury fight's always going to be there because that's the battle of the British, best of Britain. So if we were gonna, name a title for that fight, best of Britain between Fury and Joshua, and that will always be there. But Herkovic, because he's mandatory, someone needs to eventually fight him so that that mandatory state is on the line. Then you would have the right to fight Usyk, man. So, if I was in Wilder's camp after this Joshua fight, I'll get Herkovic in, get the mandatory, and then fight Usyk.
No point of that because there's no point. It's just wasting time. I said it yesterday, not yesterday. I said it before. I said AJ should have just fought Herkovic, and if he fought Herkovic, he would have beaten that Herkovic. By the way, not being rude, he would have beaten Herkovic, and by him beating Herkovic, he would have taken Herkovic's spot. And then what he could have done is defend that to against Wilder, yeah. And let's just say if he beats Wilder, then he's got two choices. He could either fight Usyk trilogy or Tyson Fury for the WBC. But let's just catch up on Fisher. Yeah, listen, he done well from round one. He knock him down in round one. Fisher is he's the future of Matchroom. He's the future. He's like in what? I would say 2 years' time, I could see him becoming a world champion or challenging for a world title.
Definitely. Look, because I could say Fisher gets sparked at British title level. Look,
we don't know. Yeah. Too early.
Look, it's a bit too early, but look, there's a lot of potential. Like you said, he's Matchroom's project, and we're gonna keep seeing him in decent fights. And let's hope, he could, fight at a decent level where we can have a better sort of assessment of what he could do in the division. But look, Bukayo Saka's obviously saying that Fisher looks good for a round or two. Not sure he will manage at British level.
Remember, it's too early. Look, yesterday, was it the Southern area title he won? Or was it the English title? I can't remember. But remember, it's still early for him. I mean, they ain't rushing him, but they're just building him slowly. So by the time he fights for, the British title, it'll probably be a vacant belt. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he'll fight anyone credible. I don't know. But he's only, 22 or 23? It's still early.
30 days. He's still a baby. And look, our Heyman of iBoxingHub's obviously saying that TKV is the next heavyweight champion from the UK. Yes, big up Jamie TKV, our Congolese brother. So, look, the heavyweight division is looking juicy. You got something, potential with Fraser Clark as well, that sort of back and forth that both of them have had. So I think that fight eventually happens, maybe in a year or two, just depending on, what happens in these next sort of few months and year as well. So, because look, I'm just excited that, but I can't even lie, because I'll say it's here, live on air. I think we mentioned off air that we wanted Joshua to, after the fight, just get on the mic and say, look, Wilder, let's go, man. But he's just doing this avoid. Look, I get it with the whole, he would rather let Eddie, his promoter, man. But look, fighters, they've got the power, man. They've got the voice, man. Get on the mic, call for this guy. Look, Wilder, where you at? Let's go. I'm here. Let's have it. Like, I want this energy, man. Like, I wanted, you know, the sort of energy that he gave off, you know, after the weigh-in. I think he was sort of saying to Helenius that, you know, I wanted that piece of energy on the mic. Get on the mic.
That energy he gave to Helenius. Let's be real. Would you done that? Would he give the same energy to Dylan, Wilder, or Fury?
No.
I think, me personally, I think that was more of a to hype himself up and to hype the event up. The event, do you know what I mean? Because obviously it's no longer pay-per-view. He's taking a pay cut to fight Helenius. Do you know what I mean? So we listen. We don't know. I'm still waiting for Wilder to respond. You know, he ain't said nothing yet, so I'm waiting for him to respond.
Yeah, he's called up fighters before enough. Yeah, but look at Crawford, for example. Crawford, no matter what platform he was on, he was calling out Spence. He went in Spence's face. You know, he's been calling out Spence for a minute, man. So I don't want to, you know, hear this whole he's been calling out fighters and nothing's happened. It's something that there's no time frame to stop calling out fighters. You just have to keep doing it. And plus, as well, I think it builds up the momentum and the hype for the fight as well. When the fighters is calling out fighters, and then people, you know, get clips and push it out on social media, etc. And that energy will eventually go to Wilder to the point where Wilder's saying, "Oh, right, he called me out. Cool. I'm gonna, yeah."
Do you know what? If I'm honest with you, yeah, he's never really called out anyone before. Am I wrong? I don't think he's ever. I don't think that's his style. I think the only time he called out Tyson Fury is when he beat Klitschko. But Tyson was suspended from boxing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's when he was on that hype, you know, because he just won the belts and whatnot. But that's not really his style. He doesn't really, you know him, man. He's more of a people person. But look, like I said, I'm just waiting.
He's a businessman. He's a businessman. Let's call it spade for spade, man. He's Joshua. Like, we have to give him so much respect for how he's put British boxing or global boxing in the map, especially in the heavyweight division. He brings eyes to the sport. Look, he called out Wilder after the Parker fight. Big up FK Breeze, because I know he's on. Yeah, go on, sorry.
The Parker fight, he didn't really call out Wilder. What happened was they asked him. He said, "I don't really want to talk about it." Then he asked them again. So he said that, yeah, you know, if he comes here, I'll spark him out. That was it, because I think Wilder was originally supposed to go to the Parker fight, but apparently he wasn't allowed to enter the ring. That's what he was saying on Breakfast Club. So, but yeah, like I said, look, him and Wilder is mad. The first time they met each other was at Klitschko's when AJ fought Klitschko, and they spotted each other. After that, then, you know, obviously Wilder wants a piece of AJ, but hey, look, no belts are involved, but let's have it. You know, let's do it. Like that's a big money fight there. You know, it will be annoying if they say the Wilder fight is happening next. Where are you going? So what's happening? Because Eddie Hearn said it yesterday. AJ got 3 fights left, yeah? Obviously, yesterday was supposed to be Dylan. That's been ticked off. Next one's Wilder, then Fury. Is he going to fight after that? I don't know. He may have a farewell with I don't know, David Miller. I don't know, you know. But, you know, there's a plan.
We need to see that fight in America, because that's, regardless, yeah, for me, I'm not going to lie, before AJ retires, I would like to see AJ versus Miller in the States, man. I think he needs it. We need to see that story. I would say we need to see that chapter of the story done.
Yeah.
Do you know, we need to see that. We need to see AJ in the States, and we need to see him get his flowers in the States as well, because I still think, you know, he's not getting that proper backing from the American fan base. Yes, he's training with Derek James now. It's going to help in terms of what's happening, but in terms of the credit from the American public, I still think he needs to, you know, have a fight at the Mecca, maybe against a Miller, for example. Make that happen. And look, FK Breeze is saying, I want to see that AJ versus Miller face off, because I would want to see it as well. And look, we'll name the title Unfinished Business, because that is unfinished business, and that will forever be unfinished business until, you know, them two lock horns, man. Because you've said it for a minute, because you've said that Joshua needs to fight Miller, because we know, you know, through watching, you know, WWE in the past, you know, you've seen these major events, that the press conference, the build-up, fight week, weighing, it's going to be crazy. We don't know what Miller's gonna do. You know, we don't know what he's gonna say. He's good on the mic, so we might even get a little wrap off again. So you just never know, cuz with these two. But look, I'm excited. Exciting times right now. AJ obviously got the victory that he deserved. You know, he got the knockout. You saw the energy. You saw how he was celebrating. And look, it's good to see AJ in that way. And I'm just hoping that, you know, like the world, I'm hoping that we finally get the Wilder fight. And look, cuz I'll say it again, he cannot, like you said, come at that fight against Helenius, against Wilder. He cannot. He needs to, you know, because the jab was catching Joshua constantly. Blooded nose, he was been well. So he can't be allowing, you know, Wilder to be, you know, touching him too much, because if he does, we know the power that he carries, man. We know the power, but both guys carry power. So I know Wilder on his end is going to be thinking, cool, I can't let this guy, you know, land shot as well. He's also a heavy, big guy.
Oh, for real. Well, let's wait and see, innit? Let's just wait and see. So I'm just hoping that they can finalize this deal. And as of next week or the week after, they say, yeah, let's do it.
Danny Bravo, big up to you, Danny Bravo. Is obviously saying Joshua got mash up. Look, Joshua, be real, man. Look, I'm saying it. The jab of Helenius was catching and Joshua, and he was finding his target constantly. So if look, Danny Bravo is obviously saying Josh is finished, he's done well. Oh, don't get it twisted, cuz what is your response to this? A brother from the ends made enough money.
Listen, end of the day, he needs to fight Fury and Wilder. And that's it. Those are the biggest draw in the heavyweight division. Once that's done, yeah, then that's it. Because remember, people might not be rating Joshua now, but once it's all done and said, yeah, they'll remember what he's done for British boxing. He opened doors for a lot of men. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
FK Breeze saying, look, Danny Bravo 9 done. Look, we both know, but he's so flat-footed. Look, we have to address this, cuz because him being flat-footed, for me, and I know we're asking for too much, I just wanted to see more bounce, man. I wanted to see more bounce on his toes. You know, we did see, you know, a lot of head movement and, you know, catching the angles, etc. But I just thought he was a bit flat-footed as well. Look, it was a good spot from FK Breeze. He was getting caught with the jab, but look, I'm sure he would. But he's obviously got the rounds in, and he's prepared mentally for this showdown with Wilder. And look, Danny Barber is obviously saying, word, Josh done his thing, bring back stadium fights. Look, this is what he did. Look, you got to give Joshua his flowers. At one point, you know, we saw the campaign, stay humble, stay hungry. That campaign was everywhere, man. Everyone loves a piece of Joshua.
He's a rich man now, isn't it? So, you know, more business minded, because you got to think of it. Boxing is what he knows. He doesn't know anything apart from boxing, and I get it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, the heavyweight era is whack anyway.
Fuck no,
I mean, Fury obviously,
big up the energy.
Fury is fighting Garnu. Maybe Triple D might do the business and knock out Usyk. Do you know what I'm saying? It might bring Simon back into the division.
Nah, you know what? Big up to our boy Rico as well. You know, the lads, we have not even mentioned it, but the lads did a tremendous watch along. So I hope everyone, you know, got to tune in live with the brothers. And look, Rico, one of our boys, is obviously saying Daniel the boy's going to do it. So, cuz we just have to see if that happens. But look, FK Breeze, I'm loving the energy, brother. We're always supporting what you're doing. He's obviously saying personally he doesn't think, you know, Joshua's ready for Wilder. I think Tony Bellew, you know, also shares this energy that he's not ready for Wilder. I think from what you're saying, I think you just want him to just do it because of the magnitude of the timing of him retiring.
When will be the perfect time? Because he can fight an opponent who could, I don't know, he could damage his hand or break his nose. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So my point I'm trying to say is that, look, him and Wilder fight should happen 5 years ago. Let's not do another Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Let's make it happen now. I mean, some may argue and say these people, they're no longer in their prime no more. They're like literally towards the end of their career. So let's have a big bang. Let's have a crack.
Let's have a crack. Let's have a crack. But yeah, Rumble in the Jungle is going to Saudi Arabia. I don't know what we're gonna name this fight, man. We have to have a title for this fight. Battle with the Titans.
I don't know. But but look, listen, it's that time now, man. It's that time. So guys, thank you for tuning in. We're here every Sundays at 7:30 and Wednesdays at 7:30. Just remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we should hopefully have someone big on the show very soon. That's all I'm saying.
Boosh.
And on that note, peace and love. Heyman, this is the time where you do
your magic.
Is he asleep?
Probably Al Heyman's asleep.
Wake up, we're done.
Big up to Al Heyman anyway, Buzzman. But look, it's been a good show. I've absolutely loved talking boxing with you. And look, I just want to just get the opportunity really just to thank, everyone that's involved in the channel. The community is growing, and look, it's been tremendous. It's been great to talk boxing with you. And guys, keep supporting the channel. The more you support, the more we could, get some good features on for you guys. Remember, we just want to give you access into the boxing world, but then at the same time, give you guys a voice. And it's coming from fans. This pod is for fans, by fans. So this is the energy that we're bringing, man. So massive love, massive respect. And Al Heyman, we're ready.
On that note, like I said before, peace and love. We're out.
Man, I think Al Heyman's fell asleep.
Is he asleep? Well,
Al Heyman's
we're out.
Al Heyman's gone to sleep, mate. Slept on the job.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me.